Good morning. Happy Monday. Well, how was your week? It's been one for the books for this week as well. So, wouldn't you know, the air conditioner goes out right in the heart of summer. Ah, and I'm like, no problem. I've got my home warranty. I'll just call them up and they'll take care of everything, and we'll have our air conditioning all set in a couple of days. So it's a week now, and 90-degree weather. The fan is blowing. Let's see if you can see the fan is blowing. That's how we're surviving right now with the fan. Anyway, things didn't work out so well with the American Home Shield as I had hoped. Their commercial about a zombie apocalypse, all that stuff, you'd be covered. Well, I guess if I had a zombie apocalypse, it would have been better because they didn't cover anything. They called me up and they're like, after finally waiting a week to get approval, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just part of the thing. They're gonna hopefully give us a new air conditioner. That's basically what I've been paying into. So I get a call and the lady's like, yeah, well, it's gonna be $45.72 out of pocket, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad, $45.72. And she goes, oh no. No, we're talking $4,572. I'm like, oh, what? So, anyways, that didn't go over too well with me. And I went on my social media campaign to trash American Home Shield, let them know. She's like, is there anything else I can do for you? And I said, yeah, you can transfer me to the cancellation department, please. And she transferred me over to the cancellation department. And she's like, how can I help you? I was like, I want to cancel. It's just like that. But I'm going to let them pay at least a portion of my air conditioner. And we have somebody else coming out. Actually, one of my friends, her husband is air conditioning in the air conditioning field. So I contacted them. They're going to come over today, take a look at things, tell us where we are, what they stand. In fact, I just got a call from them ahead of time saying, hey, we're going to be a little late today. I'm like, I don't care. Just get here. Let us know what we got to do. And so I can cancel my American Home Shield and move on with my life. So anyway, that was it. Here's what I wanted. Here's the positive part of this whole thing. The positive part. There is a positive part. I'm getting there because I do want to give positive message. There have been some great hidden blessings in this whole thing. So when this happened, we decided, okay, it's way too hot. We're going to have to go and stay at my parents in Asheville. So me and Liam packed up and we headed to Asheville to stay with my mom and dad. And I hadn't seen my mom and dad forever. So it was so great to get to reconnect with mom and dad. And we went out and running around the mountains, doing things. It was like a little mini vacation. And it was just so good being with my parents. Now, granted, it was a whole different type of vacation because we had our mask on everywhere we went and looking around and nobody's social distancing. It was like, no wonder people don't realize there's a pandemic going on, obviously, because nobody's wearing their mask. So anyway, don't even get me started on that. But I am happy to see more people are starting to get it, that we're in this together. This is a big deal. And, this shutting down the world. So it is where we are right now. It's almost like we're in the grieving process, I said. When you go through the grieving process, you go through the 5 stages. You have denial, bargaining, depression, anger, and finally acceptance. And it seems like society is kind of going through the grieving process. I think a lot of them are in denial or at that bargaining stage where, I might wear a mask, I might not. I'll just, I don't think they understand what's going on. And then comes the anger, depression, finally acceptance. Okay, this is where we are. This is what we need to do. This is how we're going to fix it. I mean, I watched on the news last night, this woman, they closed down the bars in Florida. And they, this is right after they showed the morgue filled to capacity in Tucson because they don't have enough rooms for the bodies. They're running out of room to put the bodies of the COVID patients. That's the reality of what we're dealing with. And then they shoot over to Florida, and this woman running around South Beach. And she's like, I can't even go out and get a cocktail. This has gotten out of hand. So anyway, I think the denial stage is strong right now with people, but they'll get to the bargaining and the anger and the depression, and finally to that place of acceptance. That's where I'm at. I'm at acceptance right now. Accepting this is how things are today. Not ideal, but it is the way it is. And I'm going to just have to write 2020 off. We had a great summer plan. We were going to go to Europe. We were going to do all these wonderful things, but here's the other hidden blessing in that. In amidst this pandemic, I've gotten to work on my career that I wished I had time for. I've gotten to spend time with my son. My husband is working from home, so we're saving a ton of money on gas and dry cleaning bills and eating at home together as a family, reconnecting as a family. So there's hidden blessings in that too. There's hidden blessings all over the place in this thing. Prayers have been answered. Like I said, I think I just need to put in the next time, be a little more specific. Like, if you could all let all this happen without a major pandemic happening, that would be great. So anyway, I hope your week's going better. Actually, it turned out to be a good week last week, despite the setbacks. It was great being with my folks, great getting away, and having somewhat of a summer vacation, even if it was just for a few days. We got to get out and have fun. And for a few days, feel a little bit of normalcy, a little bit of summer. But it's back to life, back to reality. And, it's the way it is. So how are you doing in this whole thing? Are you hanging in there? Where are you in the grieving process? Are you at acceptance yet? Are you in the anger and depression and, hopefully you're past the denial and the bargaining, but you might be there, and that's where you are. That's where you are. You'll get to where you need to be. It'll process through. So that's that. I hope you're going to have a wonderful week. Hopefully by the time I see you next week, I'll have air conditioning. And despite everything, it's been a wonderful week. And I'm glad that we get to connect. And I hope you cherish all the hidden blessings that are going around through this time, because they're everywhere. And just look for them and cherish them. And let's focus on those hidden blessings versus the bad stuff going on right now. Because there's a lot of great things happening despite all the tragedy. So I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye.